and welcome to Journey to KidLit. I'm Brooke Van Sickle, as you know, and this is Nic McDougal. He is our guest today. I'm so excited. So we're going to be talking to him. You're a children's book author, or illustrator.
That's right. So I write and illustrate. I've been doing it for about 7 years, and I've attended over 15 SCBWI conferences.
And what's your biggest one?
I went to New York City and LA, so I've been to both of those large conferences.
Yeah. What's your favorite takeaway from conferences?
My favorite is just how fired up I get for writing and illustrating when I get home. So every time I get back, I'm like a totally different person, and I'm ready to tackle my goals.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite part.
Yeah. We actually talked on the vlog about how you have to go to writing conferences. It's like a requirement as...
At least one.
At least one when you start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, awesome. So you got your start with magazines, right?
I did. So my very first publishing contract was with Cricket Media. And they put out a suite of magazines. Here I have one right here. Yeah. So you've got Muse and Ask and several children's magazines. They're really high quality.
Yeah. Show us your sketching on the back.
Yeah, so this isn't my first publishing contract, but this was one of the many pieces I've created for Cricket. That was a really exciting time. Like, getting your first contract is... there's no words for it. Like, mine was an interesting thing because I participated in a illustration workshop at an SCBWI conference, and there was a contest where you would produce an illustration, and the art director would be present at the intensive at the SCBWI conference intensive, and if you win, you would get a contract with Cricket.
Cool.
I lost. But in my head, when I was making that piece, I was so sure I was going to win. I every few minutes, I would remind myself, this is going to win. Like, make this the best you can so that you win this contract. And I think that mindset produced the kind of piece that made me a viable contender in that contest, because 2 weeks after the conference, I was offered a contract separately by the same art director.
That's so amazing.
So I made an impression, even though I didn't win, and that set off all these contracts, and now I've been in over 14 issues.
He has a stack of magazines.
Yep, so I've been in all of these, yes.
Look at that.
What?
See? A little bit of mindset. That's what will get you.
And patience, oh my gosh.
Patience. It's like the word of the day for every writer and illustrator out there.
Yeah, it takes so much of it. I mean, just like renewing confidence in yourself every few days. Like having friends like Brooke, and just checking in with other writers, going to conferences. There's all sorts of ways that you can renew your belief in yourself, because you're going to fall on your face just so many times in publishing. So
you're gonna fail,
Yep.
It's okay though. It's okay if you fail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just recently got signed with your agent, and what's his name?
His name's Pete Ryan at Stamola Literary Studio. They're located in New York City.
Cool. How'd you get him?
Sure. So I got my agent through a postcard, believe it or not. So Illustrator send out promo postcards, and Karen Chaplin at HarperCollins really liked a postcard I did. And she had lunch with Pete, and I guess I came up in that lunch, and he contacted me and offered representation soon after, once we had some talks back and forth.
That's so lucky.
I know.
So awesome.
It's crazy. And I had been rejected like 40 times from so many people. So to get the email from someone I didn't submit to, it's exciting.
That's
and cool.
the cool part.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting.
I'm very lucky.
Yeah. So you not only do magazines, but you create books then too. Graphic novels and picture books.
Yep.
And you have one that you've done.
Yep. So I self-published a book. I was just telling Brooke before we did the video here that like at a certain point in your journey, it may be time for a win, like proof to the community and the people that you talk to on a daily basis that yes, I am a writer, I am an illustrator. So that's kind of what I did with this book. I wanted to have something out there.
You can show it to them local.
Sure. So like even if it isn't in a big 5 publishing house or whatever, it's something real. We sold hundreds of copies. It was a huge success.
And it's beautiful, and it's funny. We have it at our house.
Thank you.
We love it. Yeah.
It's been a fun legacy piece.
Yeah. COCO Wants a Burger. And don't worry, the link will be down below too in the description, so if you want to buy your own copy.
Yep, they're a really cute book. It's basically just about 2 little lumpkins. They're a character I designed. And they live in Veganville, and one of them really wants a burger.
Yes.
And the other one won't let him have it because he is hoarding all of them. His name's Chopper. So we'll find out why when you read it. But
So cute.
yeah,
I
thank
love
you.
It. Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. So what would be the hardest part about being an illustrator?
I think the hardest part is like work-life balance. It's so easy to be writing in your head at dinner. It's like, so I would just say that. It's just a lot of work.
Well, and you also have a full-time job too.
I do.
So you have to balance real work with Illustrator work, which is what you want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you hear all the buzz about people's weekend plans, and when you say, well, I'm going to work the entire time, it's not, it's kind of a buzzkill for people. It's just like, but it's a balance, Sometimes I take my weekend off and I enjoy it.
Well, you have a fiance, you got to.
Yeah. So you got to live life and work hard. So I think that's probably the hardest, more challenging part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. So what's your favorite part?
Favorite part is being done by far. Like finishing a project is the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
It's so rewarding. Just those last few minutes are just the best when you're just putting those final touches on everything and it's going to turn out on time, and something's created that wasn't there before, and I mean that there's no better feeling.
I love it. That's so cool. So if anyone out there is wanting to be an illustrator, what would you say? What's your biggest advice for them?
Oh man, I would say, okay, that's so hard.
Just one piece.
I would say the biggest piece of advice to someone who wants to be an illustrator would probably be to just never forget why you do it, and make sure you're having fun. Don't push stuff that isn't working. Like if you're, people will tell you draw every day, and that's true. It's so healthy to have that, but illustration isn't exercise. You don't have to go to the gym every day to get your results. Like it's more about enjoying yourself, making sure the project is like touching your heart. And as long as you're kind of drawing through your heart and mind, it's going to work out.
Yes.
So yeah, just enjoying yourself and drawing stuff you want to draw. I mean, if you're not getting paid, you should only be taking projects that you want to do. And that's how you're going to get the best possible work.
Yep.
I'd say another piece of advice, because I think I'm just going to say another thing, is
that's fine.
learning. Like you've got to just be watching the YouTube videos about technique, reading the books about technique, doing experiments, like trying stuff. I think learning is a big thing. I would encourage my former self to do more of.
Yeah. Who do you learn from? Is there anybody that they should look at?
From illustration or writing?
For both? Illustration,
both.
Maybe?
Okay, I would say SVWI conferences are huge.
Yeah.
Being taken out of your home and put somewhere where you're like in a box with other people, like you have no choice but to learn. You're going to. And you put money on that. So then there's kind of a risk factor, and then like you're not going to fail because I'm not going to waste $1,000 that I've paid for. So that's a good way to do it. YouTube is just a huge resource though. Like honestly, Jake Parker is really good. He's a good illustrator that I like to follow. Let me think here. I would say with writing, books are so key. Like I saw that your bookshelf is covered in amazing books for writing. I've read The Story. That's a great one. And I think like being open to learning more stuff and not being afraid of the knowledge is good. I don't know why, but like when I open up, when I see the thumbnail on YouTube of like different things I can learn about, I get a little intimidated. I don't even want to click them. Yeah. Because I'm just afraid that they'll know things that I don't. And it's obvious that they will, and that's the whole point. Yeah. So I think maybe just getting over yourself and just like putting your ego down and just saying, I need to learn more, and just have to learn. Doing it. I think that would be a big piece of advice. Love it. That's awesome. So if someone wanted to learn more about you, where should they go? Okay, so if you want to learn about me, or if you have any questions about illustrating or writing or working with an agent, you can either email me at nicmcdougal@gmail.com. That's probably the best way to get a hold of me. Okay. Or I'm also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We'll put everything below. Yep, so all of our links will be below in the description. Hard to find. Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah. And if you want to learn more
about writing and publishing kids books, go to journeytokidlit.com. We have all the articles and free printables available for you. And follow our YouTube channel because we post new videos almost every week. And until next time, happy writing!
Good luck!